Bing bow.
Using wisdom.
Shalom, Soldier Cameron. Shalom, Soldier Shemai. Bing bow. Shalom, Abram. Shalom. We're going to get started in just a second. Just a second. We're going to start in just a second. Someone grab me something to drink real quick.
All right. Use wisdom. Use wisdom, y'all. Use wisdom.
All right. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Hashem, Hamashiach, Yahushua. Today's lesson is I don't plan on it being too long. It should be a reminder. I want to say it's a reminder, but I don't know how many people are actually using wisdom. So it's a wake up as well, a little sort of a wake up call, right? Because you got people out here who think they're applying wisdom. You have people out here who think they're moving in wisdom. They have wisdom on. And a lot of times that's not the case, right? You can't really afford in this day and age to have your wisdom off for a certain period of time. And when I say have your wisdom off, I mean like you got to be walking in it. Sometimes you may go home and you turn your wisdom off because you think you're in a safe space. You can be vulnerable there. I don't gotta sit here and put too much computing power into what's going on. Right? A lot of brothers just walk around with their wisdom off all day long. And those brothers end up going to counsel and they say, I don't know what happened. I don't know what went wrong. I don't know, so on and so forth. Right? The thing with wisdom is it helps prevent a lot of stuff. It helps prevent a lot of situations. Right? I'm gonna read what Google got to say about wisdom. It says wisdom, also known as sapience, is the ability to apply knowledge, experience, and good judgment to navigate life's complexities. It is often associated with insight, discernment, and ethics in decision making. Ethics in decision making. So, click. So, a lot of people don't apply knowledge. A lot of people don't apply experience. A lot of people don't apply good judgment. We see this on a day-to-day basis. A lot of brothers will retry the same thing. A lot of sisters will retry the same thing and expect a different result. That's not wisdom. That's not wisdom at all. You're supposed to learn from your previous experience. This is a brother we deal with on a daily basis. Something happened some years ago. Fast forward to now, he did the same thing. And we're like, why'd you do that? You shouldn't have did that. We told you not to do that. And guess what's going to happen? Most likely, the same thing that happened last time.
It already did, if you're talking about who I'm talking about.
It already did. Yes, it already did. But that wasn't wisdom. Right? Do you remember that precept Malachi pulled out yesterday? Because remember he was saying how he escaped something.
It was Sirach 34. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
34.
34. You said what?
I think it was 34:9. That's where he started, I believe.
Yeah. I'm finna read it. Sirach chapter 34 and verse 9. A man that hath traveled knoweth many things, and he hath much experience will declare wisdom. He that hath no experience knoweth little, but he that hath traveleth is full of prudence. When I traveled, I saw many things, and I understood more than I can express. I was oft times in danger of death, yet I was delivered because of these things. So what's going on here is he's gaining experience and he's gaining wisdom as he's getting that experience. How many of us have experience, but we don't learn from those experiences? How many of us have seen something happen, but we didn't learn from it? One thing that I'm grateful that the Most High God blessed me with is I'm able to see what somebody else go through and avoid it. I have no problem. I do not want to go through certain things. If I see somebody else go through it, I'm gonna be like, nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But some people have to learn the hard way, which is fine. They have to gain that experience. But how many times are you gaining that experience and not applying the wisdom? And you know what? People always come to me in my heart with life getting to me is hard, so on and so forth. Me and my heart had a conversation the other day. We was like, our problems seem a lot different than other people's problems. We was like, well, let's look at it. How many times do brothers be using wisdom? Would you have did this in that situation? Nah. Brother had his wisdom turned off. Brother wasn't using prudence. He wasn't counting the cost.
Brothers be hard-headed,
Brothers be hard-headed.
stiff-necked.
All kinds of things. Right? You can go to counsel. A brother will tell you do something or don't do something, and you do the opposite.
What I say about the brother we was on the phone with him, I said, you got to figure out if your way don't work first.
Yeah.
That's what brothers
got
be on.
my way. Yeah.
Yeah. You'll get the counsel from 2 or 3 witnesses, but then you going in your head, it don't register that way. You feel like what you need to do, you need to go make sure your way doesn't work first. Meaning you will ignore other brothers' counsel who have seen it, who have done it, who have experienced it, and you'll ignore it because you got your own idea, which is okay, but you need to go make sure this don't work first.
Yeah.
And that's why I said brothers is kind of hard-headed and stiff-necked. And then the brother make the same mistake twice. So a wise man will learn from his mistakes. He will use wisdom.
Yep.
He will apply his own experience that he had previously and change it. But a wiser man will learn from other people's mistakes. And if you really want to avoid hassle and struggle and annoyance and vexation and heartaches, listen to the people who actually got that experience. This is what we got elder men for. You know, you can go to them with these different questions and get the answer you need. And then it comes down to you to apply it, which is the definition of using wisdom or wisdom.
Yep.
I got a lot of stuff I want to say, but I'm gonna let you kick up a little bit more.
It helps to navigate life's complexities, right? Let's grab. Do I want this one or do I want? Yeah, let's start here. Proverbs 8. Proverbs 8 is going over wisdom, right? This is wisdom speaking, right? It's a personification. Proverbs 8:32. Now therefore hearken unto me, O ye children, for blessed are they that keep my ways. It says, blessed are they that keep my ways, right? What does this mean? Sometimes we'll look at somebody being blessed for using wisdom, right? Let's go back in the day. You may wonder why this man has all these fruits, all these vegetables, all these crops. You'd be like, man, the Lord really blessed him this year. What happened? He is blessed, but what happened though? He used wisdom. He said, hey, I'm going to go out into the field and I'm going to work. I'm going to be prudent. I'm going to put my hand to the plow.
Every day.
I'm going to plant all these seeds. I'm going to water them. I'm going to make sure they got the right nutrients. I'm going to keep an eye on them. Guess what he did? He used wisdom. Now, the man whose crops that didn't grow, he may have spread 15 seeds out. He watered them, sometimes didn't keep an eye on it, didn't check the nutrients of the ground. And you look at him and say, man, he's probably cursed. Something's going on. The Lord probably not dealing with him. No, it's not even that deep. He just didn't use wisdom. The scriptures say a man will not plow by the reason of cold. No, a sluggard will not plow by reason of cold. That's not wisdom. It goes on to say that he's going to beg when it's harvest time. That's why it says, blessed are they that keep my ways. How many of us know what to do, but we don't do it? Tiredness may get in the way. Laziness may get in the way. Complaints, Guess what? Excuses. We got to get rid of the excuses. Excuses don't do anything for us. Excuses keep us out of shape. Excuses keep us in a bad diet. Excuses keep us poor. Excuses keep us in a negative mindset. Excuses keep us from using wisdom. Go ahead, King.
Even if your excuse is valid, it gets to the point where even if your excuse is valid, it still doesn't benefit you. It doesn't work for you. It doesn't win you what you're trying to win. It doesn't get you to the next level you're trying to get to. So just be careful with your excuses and your complaining, because it don't really aid you. When I say aid, it don't really help you. Your excuse could be perfect. We all got great excuses.
Yeah.
My excuses, I mean, I can come up with plenty of excuses and plenty of problems, and it's gonna make sense. All of y'all say, that makes sense, but then I'm just stuck right here. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm just stuck right here. So we got to just push past that. We got to push past that.
I didn't go live because I forgot to set my alarm and I didn't wake up. I didn't wake up on time. Okay, that's your fault. Set your alarm. Be more prudent. Be more prudent. Use wisdom. Or a lot of times what happens with excuses is the lack of priorities. It's a lack of urgency. A lack of urgency. Because guess what? Nobody forgets something that they really want to do. You're not going to forget that.
If you be lazy with wisdom, that's when you said what you said, Aharon, just made me think of somebody who being lazy in a particular area.
Mm-hmm.
When you lazy with wisdom, it don't benefit you. It don't help you. It just end up stinging you in the ASS later. That's all.
That's exactly right.
And you want to be faithful with wisdom. She like your greatest asset. She one of your biggest helpers. She's there to help.
Hey, I say this sometimes. I ain't gonna lie and say I say it all the times. The Lord gave you wisdom for the situations you can handle. And he gave you faith for the situations you can't handle. Faith is when it's just all out of your hands. It's nothing you can do. All the cards off the table. But he gave you. Am I saying don't use faith on a daily basis? No, that's not what I'm saying. Don't be simple. But he gave you wisdom for you to do stuff. I can have all the faith in the world. I'm gonna be like, hey, I got so much faith. I'm all this fruit gonna grow. I ain't planted a seed yet, but hey, bro, this fruit gonna grow though. Come harvest time, I'm not gonna have anything because I didn't grow anything. Scripture teaches that if a man want to eat, he has to work. You eat by the sweat of your brow. That's what he told Adam. That's the formula the Most High God used on this earth. But what we can do is have wisdom and faith. I can go out there, plant the seeds, and have faith all of this is going to grow. But the Lord gave you wisdom so you can use it, so you can better yourself and you can better your position. We always love to blame life. Life isn't the problem. You are. If you want to change your results, you have to change you. Why? They are your results. If you don't like where you're at in life right now, if you don't like the amount of wisdom you have, if you don't like how your body looks, if you don't like your diet, if you don't like your friend group, if you don't like how whatever, if you don't like something about your life, that's your fault. You got to fix it. It's on you. Nobody else is finna come through and work out for you. Nobody else is finna come through and put wisdom in your head. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I remember Malachi came to me a couple years ago, and he was telling me how he wants to get wisdom. I said, you know what, if you really want to get through there, you got to do the boring stuff. You got to do the stuff nobody wants to do. You got to sit through seminars. You got to sit through lectures. You got to sit through and listen to men teach, and you got to get it. That ain't nobody else gonna do it for you. Your results are your results, right? I'm gonna keep reading on this. Verse 33, hear instruction and be wise and refuse it not. Hear instructions. That's what we might need to start telling brothers. This is instructions. Like, you know, when you get an instruction manual on how to build something and you follow it and it works, guess what? When you don't follow it, stuff start breaking. Why don't none of us look at it like that? Whenever we building something and something starts breaking because we didn't follow an instruction manual, why don't we be like, life, bro, it's just hard. We'll be like, damn, man, I should have followed that instruction manual. That was me. That was my fault. I thought I could, eyeball it.
Jake love eyeballing it, bro.
Jake love eyeballing.
Jake love like kind of fixing it up just enough to get by and kind of what we call it is NIGGA, rigging it.
Yeah.
You kind of rig it up to where it's passable. Jake love doing that. Do it the right way so you ain't got to go mess with it no more. Do it right the first time.
Do it right the first time.
Jake always want to kind of take what we call it a shortcut. Shortcuts turn into long cuts. This is just one basic application of wisdom. Don't program yourself to desire the shortcut. You always trying to. I'm thinking about all of the slang terms we have of it, and all of them got a cuss word. You always trying to have ASS it.
Yeah.
You don't take shortcuts and trying to get away with it every single time, bro. You don't ever win that way. Look back at all the times you took a shortcut. Was it really worth it? It's usually not worth it. But when you do it the right way, you play the game the right way, you usually do well. You usually win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You follow the instructions. You follow the manual. There's a formula to everything. Right? A lot of people like doing it without rules. It don't work without rules. Everything messes up without rules. Go try and play a game of basketball and have the opposite team playing without rules. You're going to get upset. Bro, he's just carrying the ball. He hasn't dribbled. He's just traveling. He shot, missed, but he said he scored. Bro, that's just not how it works. We have to stop trying to get away with stuff. Stop. Jake always trying to get away with. Stop trying to get away with things. Hear instruction and be wise and refuse it not. It says, blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors. For whoso findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of the Lord. When you find wisdom and you walk in wisdom, you're going to obtain favor from the Most High. You're not going to make blunders like you used to make blunders. Certain situations you're going to look at in a different light. It's so much to wisdom. It is so much to wisdom. It's so much more. It's so to wisdom. Go ahead.
All right. So in your quest for wisdom, this is how I started. I'm going to give you the blueprint on how I started. And then after so long of practicing this, people that's in the truth, people that's out of the truth, they would literally say, I am wise. This is not like a conversation we had about wisdom. They would just notice me as being wise. And this is something that the scriptures, it foretells this. This is prophecy that's supposed to happen. The other nations are going to look at us and say, what? Surely this is a wise and understanding people. So when I really first started being wise, and people started noticing, one is I started keeping God's commandments. That's number one. The very first thing is I start cutting off bad habits that God didn't like, and I start making new habits like keeping God's commandments. And that was the foundation of my wisdom. Let me get one scripture on that. in the book of Job chapter 28 and verse 28. It says, and unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. So the very, very first part of this, it says, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom. Fearing God is wisdom. That was the very first start of it. And when you depart from evil, that's understanding. Because you know, you understand that the Most High will come get you. So the very first thing is keep God's commandments. And I had a pattern of good works. I had a pattern of not making a lot of mistakes. So this is what it looks like. I studied. The only book I was really seriously studying on my own without a teacher was the book of Sirach and the book of Proverbs. Everything else in the Bible, a lot of it, well, not everything else, a lot of the other things in the Bible, I needed a teacher. But the things in Sirach, I could sit down, I could read it over and over and over again. I would highlight it. If I go get my first apocrypha, if I take y'all through my book of Sirach, like, look, this is what one page might look like. I take it serious. This is one page. If I go get my other apocrypha, you'll see like everything in there is lit up, precepts. It's going to be lines drawn into other precepts. It's going to be hearts. I got hearts drawn next to the scriptures. I got swords and cuts, and I'm spending time in this here, right here. When I tell you the book of Proverbs and the book of Sirach, this is when people start noticing and calling me and associating me with wisdom, because I start getting eloquent in the wisdom that our forefathers taught. And one by one, this is literally what it was. It wasn't an overnight thing. It was one by one. One by one, I'm adding them things to me, to my person, to how I live my life, how I rule my life. That's literally what I did. And over time, I stopped making mistakes. It wasn't about me doing some. This is something else I noticed. I'm giving y'all a blueprint on how to become wise, or what helped me be called wise by other people. I don't look at myself that wise, but other people might do it. I'm telling you what changed for me. The other thing I noticed was this. It wasn't that I was doing anything just supernatural and unheard of or unseen, and it was just fantastic, and people would be like, dang, you know, et cetera, et cetera. It literally came down to how I handled myself, how I carried myself, and how many mistakes I didn't make. I limit my blunders and my mistakes. Like all of the brothers in the camp, when they think of Mahar, they don't think of like a cluster Fuck. They don't think of Mahar as super clumsy and I'm making all of these mistakes. I don't make a whole bunch of mistakes in their eyes. Nobody is calling you out every week or every 2 weeks or every month. It's easy to be my brother. It's easy. It's like a Sunday. It's like a Sabbath day. So you need to limit your mistakes. That's one of the things that when people see you just handling your business consistently over and over and over again, and the way you carry yourself, it will look like you wise. And you might actually be wise. You might actually have studied the book of Sirach and Proverbs. I'm telling you, it'll help you. Knowing how to hold your tongue, knowing when to speak, knowing how to speak to certain people, and understanding where people are at, understanding who you are, understanding how they view you. There's deeper levels to it, but using wisdom, the very, very first step is going to be obeying God. This is what I would say the second step was for me. It was seriously studying the book of Sirach. That's literally what it came down to. I want to read this real quick. The book of Sirach, chapter 4 and verse 15. It says, whoso giveth ear unto her is wisdom. It says, shall judge the nations. And he that attendeth unto her shall dwell securely. So if you attend unto wisdom, you pull up on wisdom, you seeing where she at, seeing what she got to say about it. You consider before you go make any decision, you go see what wisdom think about it. This is your counselor. This is your counselor that you can go to, where you can go ask her. You don't need a phone. You don't need a laptop. You don't need a desktop. You can pull up on wisdom at any time, any place, anywhere, she just inside of you. She always around. Wisdom is always around. She's in everything. But you gotta literally proactively search for her. Like, okay, what is this wise? That's why we telling y'all you gotta use wisdom. Wisdom be there, but you're not using it. I know it sounds crazy. It's not that it might not be connecting so far. I'm telling you, wisdom is always around, but are you using it? Just like the situation with the alarm clock. You knew you had class at, in the morning. You know yourself. Wisdom is going to say, set an alarm clock. But you didn't try and seek it out and be proactive about using wisdom. She always around. There's always a way to use wisdom, but you got to want to use it. It says, and he that attendeth unto her shall dwell securely. So it literally gives you a better quality of life. If you want a better quality of life, use wisdom. You tired of making mistakes? A lot of the times you in these holes and you in these slumps, you're in these droughts. You got all of this fatigue, decision fatigue. It's just swarms of bad energy coming your way. Financially, it's stressing you out. You can't hardly get no sleep. All of these things is adding up. A lot of these things could be prevented if you would have just used wisdom. We put ourselves in a lot of these situations. It says, if a man commit himself unto her, this is a big thing that brothers be scared of. This is a big thing that sisters be afraid of. You literally got to commit. You can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. The scripture's going to tell you why. You can't be 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You can't be, I want to do it my way, which is not the wise way sometimes. And then sometimes I want to do it the right way. It's not going to work that way. We're going to read here in a second why, but I'm going to tell y'all why I think that is. It's emotions. And brothers want to be hard-headed. Sometimes you want to be with wisdom and do what she say. Sometimes you're like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do what my emotions say do. I'm choosing my emotions. This is why you having a hard time applying wisdom. You can't go off feeling. You got to go off what wisdom is telling you to do. This is so important. It says commit. It says if a man commit himself unto her, he shall inherit her, and his generation shall hold her in possession. So if you really commit to her, this literally gonna become. Why does brother got my picture, y'all? Somebody rebuke him. Officer Aharon, man. Look at this guy, man. You blink 1 second, and next thing you know, they got you a picture. Look, my wife trying to see. Got my picture. Rebuke him. That's just funny. Anyway, so it says if you commit to her, you go inherit her. Look, he come back like nothing happened, man.
Hey, bro, that wasn't me, Matt, though, bro.
He come back like nothing happened, man. You gotta watch him. Everybody put eye emojis, squint eye emojis.
Squint eye emoji.
That's a joke. That's a joke. So it says you go and inherit her. You're literally going to own her. You're going to possess her, and you can use her at your disposal any which way. You can actually lend her to somebody you care about. You're literally going to pass this down to your children and your children's children once you commit to her. So if you a man and you have children, and one of your biggest things is like, as a man, it's like, what am I going to teach my children, and what do I want to leave them with? My main thing to off tops is wisdom. They got wisdom. I'm going to be able to roll over my grave peacefully. I did my job. I instilled instructions into them that God would approve of. We good. Moving on. It says, for at the first, she will walk with him by crooked ways. So at the very beginning of your relationship with wisdom, she gonna walk with you. She gonna work with you. She gonna be more understanding. She might let a few things slide. You gonna bump your head and go against her. Like, dang, I should have just listened. She gonna work with you at first. Who is the she? Everybody should know this is wisdom. This chapter is giving you the breakdown on wisdom. So at first, wisdom will walk with you by crooked ways, even though you're not doing everything you're supposed to be doing. You're not doing right by her. She gonna walk with you because she actually cares. She love you. She want this for you. It says, and bring fear and dread upon him and torment him with her discipline. So she's going to walk with you. It's going to be dreadful. It's going to be scary. It might even be annoying. It might just be hard, difficult. Because one thing about Jake Aharon, they don't want nobody over them. They don't want nobody they got to listen to. It's dreadful. It's terrible. They hate it. It's uncomfortable because they don't got the control and all of the power. What you gonna understand though, if you relinquish your power and just listen to wisdom, you're gonna end up having more power and control than you ever had in your life. The direction you want to take your life, she's gonna equip you with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to be able to do it. You're gonna be equipped. But at first, it's gonna feel like torment. It's gonna feel like affliction and pain. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna be annoying.
Hey,
yeah,
it's not gonna be quick enough for Jake.
Jake like everything quick. Jake love a shortcut. It's not gonna be quick. Torture, they literally draw it out.
Yeah.
This said it's gonna be like torment. Same thing. It take time. You in a rush. You know why you in the rush? Because you ain't been using wisdom this whole time, and now you're trying to play catch up. You feel like you behind, so now you're trying to do everything quick and catch up. That's not how growth happens. Growth usually, the real growth that's really going to be health to your bones, just like you see a tree grow, it take time. It take time. Good things take time. And you want to start adding these good things to you over time that you can handle one by one, piece by piece, piece by piece. And then when the Most High see fit, then when wisdom see fit, she might bless you on her own time. The Most High might bless you on his own time with a lump sum, but you can't go in there looking for the shortcut. You can't go in there looking for the shortcut. You got to go in there trying to do this the right way. That's the mindset you got to have.
Hey, yeah. Napoleon Hill, he said, this is an Edomite, by the way, but he was dealing with wisdom. He said, stop asking for more and ask for the mind that can hold more.
Uh-oh.
What does that mean, right? Because look, like Mahar just said something that caught my attention. The Lord can bless you with a lump sum, right? What typically happens to people that get a lump sum of money? And they're not used to a lump sum of money. They may get $100,000. Guess what? All gone. Scriptures say riches gotten by vanity shall be quickly diminished. Why? Because their mindset was, they never had the mindset to deal with that money, to manage that money. You have no money management whatsoever. But you know what people waiting on? If the Lord just gave me this. If the Lord just gave me this, I'm going to do this, 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 and this. You can't manage $20. Guess what? You know what people are going to say? It's just $20. It's just $20. That's why you can't manage it. Would you? It's like this, bro. Would you trust your son with $100 if he can't take care of 5? No, he can't take care of 5. I'm going to start you out with some small stuff to see if you can handle it. Why would I give you everything so you can trick it off? Stop asking for more and ask for the mind that can hold more. Get wisdom. Figure out the formula to how all this stuff works. It's the reason why the Lord hasn't given you stuff. You're not ready. You're not ready. I don't know if anybody's ever told you that. You are not ready.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for certain things. Mahar's not ready for certain things. You're not ready for certain things. Get wisdom. Because guess what? 5 years ago, if somebody would have blessed me with a house, I would have tricked it off. I would have tricked it off. I don't know. I didn't know what to do with a house. What is a house? I can try to sell it. I'll probably get sold under, well, somebody would probably scam me or hit me over the head. I sell the house for way less than what it was worth. Blah, blah, blah. Why? Because I didn't have the wisdom on it. I didn't have the understanding. I didn't have the knowledge. Ask for the mind that can hold more. I need more desk space. Let me see. It's something I wanted to grab over here in Proverbs. Proverbs 6:6. Classic. Go to the ant, thou sluggard, and consider her ways, and be wise. It says, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer, and gathereth her food in the harvest. What is it going over? Why is it saying sluggard, but also saying be wise? A lot of sluggards aren't wise. They don't use wisdom. And then sometimes, me and Mahar just had this conversation the other day. Some people conflate, they conflate action with proactiveness. You'll do a lot of stuff, but you won't get anything done. You won't get anything meaningful done. You'll do everything in the world except get something done. And guess what? You thought you had a proactive day, but you didn't do anything. Whereas there's a wise man, he may do 2 things throughout the day, but get so much further ahead. That's why it's the saying in the world, work smarter, not harder. Guess what that is? That's wisdom. That's wisdom. So if you're a sluggard, first off, stop being a sluggard. Most sluggards complain about their situation when they're the reason for their situation. I'm gonna let you know right now, nobody is going to come change you. That's something a lot of men gotta know. Nobody's coming to save you, dude. Nobody's finna come help you. Whatever situation you're in there because it's you and you're in there. It's nobody else's fault. It's your fault. You got to fix it. You got to make it better. Stop making excuses. You know, a lot of people say, but no, my parents. Hey,
you grown.
You grown. Sorry to hear about that, bro, but you can say that all the way until you're 50 and you still ain't got nothing.
Gotta get results.
You got to get results.
I gotta figure it out. Grow past it.
You got to grow up.
Ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Nobody.
That's wisdom. Ain't nobody gonna do it for you. That's wisdom. We learned that. As an adult, I've learned that. Back against the wall, ain't nobody gonna save me. There's nobody here to help me. I gotta do it. I gotta get it done. I've been saying this a lot lately. If you don't do it, it's not gonna get done. Guess what? That's really simple. That's really simple. Simple to understand. But it's the truth. A lot of people don't know that. You're expecting somebody else to get it done. If you don't do it, it's not going to get done. Be wise. Use wisdom. Have prudence. Look forward to your future. Prepare for your future. Prepare for certain things. Don't just go out here willy-nilly. And then when something doesn't go your way, you blame life. A lot of us are mad at the system the Most High set up, not knowing it was his system. You got to work. You got to work. You got to go plant the seeds. You got to go water them. You got to go harvest it. You have to.
Hey, one of the first things he gave Adam was work. Gave him work.
He gave him work.
You gotta get more. You gotta change your mindset to enjoy working. You know what I'm saying? That's something that'll really help you. It's gonna take you further than hating having to get up and go to work. Enjoy work. What else would you be doing? I mean, you was made to do it. God designed it that way. I want to finish this Sirach 4 though. All right, so I'm at Sirach chapter 4. Malachi dropped 4 and 12. That's a good verse, and it's right here. It says, 4 and 12 says, I'm sorry, 11. It says, wisdom exalteth her children and layeth hold of them that seek her. So wisdom will lift you up. It said, but you got to seek her. You got to chase her. You got to find her. You got to be tapped in with her. It says, he that loveth her, and you see all these hers as wisdom. He that loveth her, loveth life. So if you love wisdom, you love life, because wisdom coming with that. It says, and they that seek to her early shall be filled with joy. So if you start putting your mind on wisdom early, you're going to have joy. Joy is better than happiness. You know, joy is deeper than happiness. So it's beautiful whenever you really got inner joy inside you. That's what wisdom will give you. Something nobody can take from you. It's not just super passing. Joy is going to stay. Jumping back down to where I was. Sirach 4 and 17. It says, for at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways and bring fear and dread upon him and torment him with her discipline until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws. So wisdom, this is so beautiful. She gonna deal with you. She gonna walk with you. She's gonna meet you with where you at. You ain't got it all put together yet. She's gonna test you. She's gonna try you. It's gonna feel like torment. You gotta adhere to the correction, to the instruction, the discipline. You gotta bow down and say, look, my way ain't working. What is wisdom trying to say about it? What's the different tools wisdom will allow me to use? I could phone a friend. I could phone an elder. Shoot, let me search the scriptures. Well, I want to do it this way. What does the scripture say about it? You know, my blood pressure, I'm boiling with all this energy and zeal and anger. What does the scripture say how does the scripture say I should handle this situation? That's wisdom. You're literally using wisdom when you say, well, what does the scripture say I should handle it? How will wisdom want me to handle it? What's the wisest thing for me to do? When you start asking yourself questions like this, and then moments, you own the right track. What does wisdom say do? What's the wisest way I can handle this? What's the best way to handle this? You're searching for wisdom. You're searching for an answer to apply wisdom, knowledge, understanding. You're probing for the right answer instead of just acting off of your emotions. This is the beginning to utilizing wisdom. This is the first step to applying wisdom consistently, is when you ask yourself, well, what's the wisest way to do this? What's the best way to do this? What would wisdom say do? You might even say, well, what would Solomon do? What would David do? What would Yahushua do? You might even ask yourself these questions. Or you might be around a brother who's known for being wise. You might say, well, what would this brother do? Because they have a pattern of good works. This is you trying to change the way that you usually handle it into a wiser way to handle it. Kind. It says, then after you do this, you go through the torment, the frustration, the discipline, the aggravation, the annoyance, you're long suffering, you're tired. It says, then will she return the straight way unto him and comfort him and show her secrets. Look, man, you've been looking for, you've been dealing with all of this stuff. Then she's going to let you inside. She's going to show you the secrets. It's going to become second nature. It's going to be easier. You're going to then have habits. You're going to then have habits set up in your life to where, I mean, you do this every time someone starts yelling. You handle them this way because you got experience. You done been tested and tried and tortured with this discipline. Okay, when somebody yelling at you, you don't have to yell back. You abandon your emotions of getting frustrated. What will wisdom do? Wisdom say, I would talk calmly. Wisdom say, I will forfeit the conversation. Wisdom would say, I'm not going to be prideful. Wisdom would say, well, maybe they're right. Wisdom would say, well, you know, we'll come back to this conversation later when everyone's calm. Wisdom gonna give you so many ways to get out of this. So many ways. But you got to build up them habits. That's her showing you these secrets. She gonna literally give you the tools that you need to successfully handle these different situations. It can take different shapes and forms. That's why I'm not just giving you one scenario. Wisdom is passing through everything. It says, but if he go wrong, oh, hold on, I skipped the part that's important. It says, then will she return the straight way unto him and comfort him. Wisdom is like an extra layer of protection you got at all times, no matter where you go. That's how I feel about it. No matter where I go, no matter what situation I find myself in, I'm going to search through the files. I'm going to search through everything, and I'm going to try to figure out the best way to handle this situation. And that gives me comfort. It gives me protection. I know that wisdom is fighting for me. It's like I'll always have a weapon. Wisdom is your weapon. You know what I'm saying? It can help you through any situation, you know, and wisdom isn't docile. Like, I'm not going to go that deep. Docile. Wisdom is just beautiful. It'll take any shape. It could take any form. It's moving. It's alive. In a situation, it might cause you to be, to use your strength and your body and your anger. It might cause you to do that. It might cause you to be soft. It might cause you to be quiet. It might cause you to disappear. Wisdom just don't limit it. The Most High don't limit it. Wisdom is beautiful. It touched everything. So moving forward, it says, but if he go wrong, she will forsake him and give him over to his own ruin. So if you start, go ahead.
I can see this happening. Brothers conflate their emotions with wisdom.
Yeah.
A brother be like, I'm just using wisdom. It's like, no. You're conflate. You will cover up your emotions using wisdom. And then when everything goes wrong, you don't know why. It's because you've been lying to yourself, telling yourself you've been using wisdom. You've been lying to yourself, telling yourself you've been using wisdom. You ain't been using wisdom. I just want to make that point, though. You got it.
Nah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Women do that too. They think that they're using wisdom by utilizing their emotions.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same thing. It says, but if he go wrong, she will forsake him and give him over to his own ruin. So if you abandon wisdom and utilizing wisdom, trusting wisdom, going under that discipline and that consistency and that torment, that structure, she gonna stop dealing with you. She gonna break up with you. She gonna cut you off. You're not gonna have access to her. She gonna let you go do it your way, and you're gonna find yourself cooked. You're gonna be at the bottom. You're gonna be the roux. You know what I'm saying? When you start making the dish and you make the roux, you're gonna be the roux.
Yeah.
You're gonna be the burnt part on the crock pot that was just, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be cooked.
Yeah.
Listen to wisdom, trust wisdom. It's good. It's good.
It's good.
You gotta train yourself. Using wisdom is like excuse me. It's like an exercise. It's like a muscle you need to build up. Like if somebody asks me to go do something, the very first thing I'm gonna do instinctively is second nature. I'm gonna literally say, well, what's the best way for me to do this? I'm gonna say, well, what is my real goal? My goal is to do this in a timely fashion. I don't got all day. Well, what's the fastest way to do this without making any mistakes? Like, I'm immediately searching for wisdom, no matter what. You want to always keep this on, you know. So I do want to give one more tip that help me with wisdom, because wisdom is demanding. It can take a lot out of you if you always got your wisdom on. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of focus, you know, and you always trying to use wisdom, you'll get tired, you'll get fatigued. It's called decision fatigue. Basically, throughout your day, you got all of these mini decisions and macro decisions. You got big decisions, small decisions. What shoes am I going to wear today? What outfit? And do I want to drink water right now or coffee? You got all of these little decisions. When you got bigger decisions, well, you know, whatever they may look like for you in your day-to-day life, and your family, your wife, or your children, or you know, your house, or finances, and you know what I'm saying, you got all of these different decisions. It will fatigue you. It will fatigue you. It'll make you tired. It will exhaust you because you're trying to use wisdom throughout all of this. When you train in your wisdom, it is like you'll come home and be pooped. I still come home and be pooped. But what makes it easier is when I have systems and processes and habits. At work, I got systems and habits and processes. That way my mind don't have to think. That way I have a structure and I have a procedure. I wake up every morning at this time. I go to the I go to the gym every morning before work at this time. I go to do this after the gym at this time. I do this, I do this, I do it, and my day is just more structured. That way I don't have to make those decisions. This is how you apply the next level wisdom. You set up like wise habits. It's always a good habit to wake up in the morning. That way you don't piss off your whole day.
Yeah.
That's just a habit that you need to instill in yourself and your household and your family. This is just good. You need to create habits that way you don't have to think about it, because it's making it, you using up all of your strength, all of your good your mental focus on things that's just smaller. You know what I'm saying? You want to save that for the things that's harder to deal with. So just create systems, create good habits, and then if you keep following these habits, it's going to produce good results. That's wisdom.
Yep.
That's wisdom. Hey, I gotta jump off of here real quick though.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Shalom, King.
Shalom.
Con, brother gotta handle some business. That's all fine. At the end of the day, use wisdom. Don't turn your wisdom off. Get used to having your wisdom on. One thing that helps is always ask, what is your desired result? What's your end goal? And keep your priorities in mind. Keep your priorities in mind in what actually matters. Stop going off of your emotions. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's cool. I'm not saying it's the greatest decision. When you go off your emotions, it's not going to be the greatest decision. I'm just be honest with you. Right? We all do it though. We all victim of it. You know, it may not be wisdom for me to go spend my money at a restaurant to go out to eat with my family. That's an emotional decision, but it's fine, right? I'm enjoying time with my family. That's cool. But what's different is me going to gamble my money away. That's not using wisdom. Me going to drink all my money away or smoke all my money away. I don't smoke, but smoke all my money away. What? I said that like, you know, I do the other two. I don't drink liquor like that no more. I never gambled. But use wisdom. Don't gamble all your money away. Like I said, sometimes it's okay. You can go take your family out to eat. Last weekend, me, Mahar, we took our families out to the movies. Me, Mahar, Malachi, we all went to the movies. We kicked it. It was fun. We plan on going out sometime next month, doing something. That's chill. But if you got rent, you got bills, you have things to pay, and you literally can't afford it, use wisdom. That's where a lot of our stress is coming from, because we make our own stress. We make our own stress. Zion, you asked the question, what's the difference between knowledge and wisdom? I can know something is right or wrong. The difference is if I do something that's right or wrong, that's wisdom. I can know fire is hot. I have the knowledge of that. If I go touch the fire, was that wise though? No. It's using your knowledge. The application. Wisdom is the application of knowledge. I know that I can drown in water. I know I can't swim. This is just an example. I can swim, but just an example. I know I can't swim. Is it wise for me to go out into the ocean? No. No, that's not wise. That's not wisdom. Right? So understand that. That's all we got. I didn't plan on it to go this long, but the Spirit wanted to go on this long. That's totally fine. I didn't have anything to do. I knew the brother had something to do. That's why I didn't think it was going to go on this long, but all praises to the Most High. It was fine. The water for everybody tuning in. If you come in and you're new, go ahead and drop a shalom, drop a hey, whatever. We're pretty friendly around here. Everybody's cool, right? I don't have anything else. So with that, we want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to the Most High God Yahweh, by Hashem, Hamashiach Yahweh Shah. We have Feast of Trumpets coming up, I believe, today at sundown, and Day of Atonement coming up, I believe, the end of the month. And we got Tabernacles coming in around October, either 4th sundown or 5th sundown, something like that. So get prepared for those. Enjoy the feast. If you don't know what's going on, read in Leviticus 26 to figure out what the feast is about. Prepare, get ready. Brothers got videos all over on YouTube about feast days and what to do, what not to do. Go check those out. But with that, I want to bid y'all a shalom.